Hello everyone and welcome to the Call of Champions stream from the Non-Toxic Gamers Network. This is SOG Wolf, and today, as you probably heard, the new update is dropped. First, I'm going to dedicate a little bit of this first portion of the stream to the YouTube channel and to getting out. As you can see, there are new skins available for Cinder and Seraphina, which look really awesome. I'll show those in a minute. There's Gobi, the newest champion, the Ursine Bear. He's a nature champion. He's an attacker tank type, and he does quite a bit of damage so far with his 5 skills, which all add armor debuffs. The double experience from the last update. And here are the patch notes. The skins are definitely live for Cinder and Seraphina. They do cost platinum with 1,000, I believe, 1,000 platinum for the Cinder Flames skin, and 400 platinum for the Seraphina skin. That's awesome, Dylan, or Mobile Ace. I'll actually join you in a minute. I'm going to explain and go through some of the champions and show the skins before I play any games with Gobi. I'm definitely going to be spamming him on the stream though, as well as Seraphina and Cinder with their skins, even though my Seraphina is super rusty. They did add some game changes, such as champions should no longer pause immediately after dashing, which a lot of people were complaining about. That has finally been addressed. And today we did see some of the old players, like Mr. Penguin was spotted, Bad Nader, T-Man, who's now Animal's Play. Other improvements are improvements to teleportation behavior, improvements to behavior talents which apply effects when falling below a certain health threshold, which that will definitely help out with Seraphina on her Hurricane. Hey Gears, welcome to the stream. Players are now required to have a champion at tier 10 and complete 20 practice matches before being able to play a ranked match, which that's kind of good. It means you'll be a little more practiced with the champion before you actually join in ranked. Hey, definitely hop on and check out Gears 98. And hey Dylan, if you want to join me, I'm in the Discord channel right now, as well as streaming. For the champion specific, as you can see, Ash's base HP has increased from 530 to 620. Cobalt increased the model size. Khalid, his Sands of Time reduced heal per second to 30 on allies, 15 on self, from 35 on allies and 16 on self. That was one of the things I had brought up through the support, that they needed to nerf him because tanks would just walk in and they would sit under turret while he was healing them faster than the tower could kill them in champions, especially in 2v1 situations or even 2v2 situations. It could be rather tough to kill a Galen and a Khalid who are saying they're taking down a tower while ignoring most of the damage. Jack Soul Riot adjusted base heal from Soul Riot to heal allies for 70 and Jack for 50 from 60 health to both. He definitely needed a little bit of healing buff because his heals were a little weak and people weren't playing as much, so they did this to try and bring him into more popularity. Adjusted healing over time to heal Jack for 12 per second, allies for 18 per second, for 15 for both, so a little less personal healing, a little bit more ally healing. That's definitely going to help out with him. Magmatus Molten Charge reduced push distance from 2 to 5, which I've already seen that. It's actually kind of helpful, so you're not just blasted away from turrets when you're defending them, or you're not just blasted away from the enemy turret. That could prevent a kill. It now has a shorter range, a little bit shorter duration for the range, so it helps when you're trying to secure kills under tower or push them away but not knock them out of tower range. Shard Mirage. Shard's clone is now untargetable for the first seconds alive. I'll be honest, I haven't seen that big of an effect. I had recorded a video but didn't save. But I'm not sure that change has done much for Shard's ultimate. Violet Cooties. Base damage decreased to 27 from 30. Damage over time decreased to 75 from 80. Violet also Itsy Bitsy Spider Explosion damage decreased to 60 from 64. Damage over time decreased from 66 to 60. Vile Vomit. Base damage reduced to 20 from 27. Resistance debuff decreased from 20% to 18%. This was an update some of us were definitely calling for. I know there are some people who feel she was underpowered, but for the majority, we felt she was played a lot and overpowered, and especially in lane. If you were a tank, she would shred right through you in a 1v1 situation, which I know it's her job, but she shouldn't be able to immediately take down a tank who's directly attacking her. And then Zara's Frostburn correct an issue, caused the ability and talent damage to mismatch. The ability no longer freezes, instead applies a snare for the same duration. Increased ability cast time. Which a snare will be good, because that will prevent a lot of people would just walk out of his ult. I'll have to see if that. I'll have to see the full effect of this on stream today. Might play games are and just randomly ult someone just to see if it does lock them down, or if I'm reading that correctly, which I believe that's how I'm reading. Let's see if Dylan is not in a match. Nope, he's not, but I'm going to look at the champions real quick. The description for Gobi is, like many lowborns in the realm of nature, the Urson, Gobi's childhood was an affair of needs. His father was killed shortly after his birth, and as one of 7 cubs, he often went to bed hungry. On the eve of his 5th birthday, he left his family hovel in the dead of the night without a word, resolved to free his mother from the burden of feeding another mouth. It wasn't long before he took up with the Kodar clan, a rough and tumble band of liars and thieves who swore loyalty only to each other. He mastered the arts of sword and shield under the tutelage of the group's leader, a callous old soldier known as Tycho. But as Gobi came of age, the climate shifted in the Kodar clan. Outlandish accusations, dissension, paranoia threatened to tear the gang apart, as if someone were plotting to erode the group from the inside out. Shortly before his 12th birthday, Gobi decided that it was time to move on, strapping all that he owned to his back and setting out to make his fortune as a sword for hire in the distant Fort Blackstone. As luck would have it, mercenaries were high in demand at the time. Clandestine forces had snatched up the Elf Queen, Eloya's treasured orbs of nature, artifacts instrumental to preservation of the balance in the realm. The contract was completed within the week. It came as no surprise when Gobi was conscripted to lend his sword to mortar adventures. In the verdant fields of the realm of nature, Gobi provided his incredible skill, relentless form of sword and shield, and rapidly rising through ranks, making his name as a famous soldier of fortune. So that it was a low-born Urson found himself summoned by the eminent Queen Eloa herself. Impressed by Gobi's reputation and spotless contract record, Eloa asked him to fight as her personal guard of honor, alongside the deadly avian known as Swift, the lord of the soaring cliffs. Together, the heroic trio tackled countless bristling evils, from the Xyla Doom to Skeller Crunch to the dreaded Red Dragon. It was in these years that Gobi nurtured a true affection for his friends, placing his trust and opening up his companions in ways that he never could during childhood years that he lived amongst the Kodar. When Eloya took up her staff and asked Gobi and Swift to accompany her on a dangerous journey beyond the realm of nature, Gobi was ready to pledge his loyalty yet before she even finished speaking. His unwavering devotion to his friend and queen propelled him through adventures across wild depths of the realm sphere. where he utilizes his ferocious drive and strength to protect the lives of his countrymen, cohorts, and high and low-born alike. I'll show that in a second, Joseph. I'm just going over Gobi. Just was reading his description, which is a pretty cool description. Possibly hinted at another champion that could come in the future, the avian known as Swift. We have not seen another avian character, I believe. We haven't seen a character that flies like Seraphina, so that could be in the future, but I have no idea. For his abilities, first is Hamstring. Gobi slashes to damage an enemy, adds decay, and reducing enemy armor. Which reducing enemy armor is his passive, and adding decay can really empower him when he's going up against enemies under tower or when he's in a fight. Reducing their armor can help with if you have a team full attackers and they have all tanks, it definitely does help in 2v1, 2v2 situations. Shield Bash. Gobi hits an enemy with a Shield Bash, interrupting and damaging them. This one has been interesting. I've found ways to use it and ways not to use it with my first gameplay with them. All these have a certain radius around him that you have to hit them with. Except for his Unstoppable, that's kind of a fun ult to use. It's like Seraphina's ult, except it does a little more damage. It can be used to chase down enemies. Urson Roar. Gobi breaks crowd control, interrupts and damages targets, and gains a shield per target. So the more champions he's facing, the more of a shield he'll get when he presses W. Alright, Joseph. I'll see you there. This is good when you're caught in an ult or you're locked down by like Avalanche. After you auto attack him, you can quickly hit your third ability as long as you can quickly let Urson Roar get out, start attacking him again. Urson Kick. Gobi kicks an enemy, throwing them backwards. This can be used to kick them into tower range, kick them away from an ally. It's actually a pretty useful ability that I'll show here in a little bit. And then Unstoppable. Gobi charges forward, untargetable, damaging and knocking back enemies. This is another one where you can knock them out of tower range and do damage to them and follow up with your Urson Kick if you need to knock them further out of the way. So far I've gotten him to level 2, and for the first time I chose that he does 5% more damage instead of 5% critical strike. He only has his original skin, which is brown and bronze armor, or brown and gold armor with the giant sword and shield. Now the other champions, the Seraphina skin is Elite Guard Seraphina. She's the captain of the Elite Guard. Here's what the skin looks like when it's out of battle. Her sphere, her trident she has what looks like a little more of a trident than the original. Her wings are now armored with horns on the end, sharp horns. She's wearing all bronze armor. And there's extra gold. Thank you for the follow. Oh, Black G96, welcome to the stream. And I'll show you all these. I'll also show you these in game. They're actually quite cool in game. The skin is definitely sick, Joseph. And I don't know if anyone else knows yet, but they do have voices. Seraphina at random times will go praise the light when you're attacking with her. These do cost platinum, like I said earlier. 400 for Seraphina and 1,000 for the Cinder one. The Cinder, Charred Cinder, Battle on the Flames of Darkness. He has his flaming hands, but the cool effect is the particles at the back, where he has flames coming out of the back of his darkened wings. His body is now purple instead of the standard red. He has a little more hair to go around his horns. His hair is or her hair is sticking up instead of laying flat back.